So for warband creation in 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, it generally defaults you to 4 heroes and 2 followers, which is what I did. It also gives you this ridiculously small warband roster sheet, which I can write poorly, and that's just not going to work. So I just like to use pieces of paper, one for each person, that way I can take lots of notes. Because you got to go through all sorts of little steps in character generation, which is a lot of fun, but definitely not something for a tiny sheet of paper. As you can see there's the basic ability scores and the character origin, which is important. So the first thing you do is roll up the origin, like where they come from and all that. And so you do that for your heroes. You don't worry about it for your 2 followers. They default to only one of 2 possible, I think. Well, actually more than that, but still not that many. And so I went through the process of rolling it up for each origin. Once you do that, each origin gives you a certain series of benefits, usually 4 items each, as you can see on the table there. One's ability related, and it's broken up by d20s, so you roll a d20 4 times for each hero, so you can figure out what their abilities are going to be. So it's very Necromunda-like or Mordheim-like, if you are into that sort of thing. Regardless of which origin you have, they all have 4 tables: mentality, possessions, training, and abilities, which gives them various boosts. So you just do that, like I said, for all 4 heroes, and it moves right along pretty easily. Nothing too challenging. It's kind of fun, actually. Sometimes the combos work out really good. Sometimes they're a little strange. You'll see as I put it all together here at the end with the various backgrounds. And if you think to yourself, hey, how come they don't all use the same table, and are some tables better than others? Yes, they certainly are. Some are much better than others. Sometimes you can kind of get screwed over in what you get, but that's part of the fun to a certain extent, is can you make something of a character who's got really poor stats, or gets like, one guy gets 3 skills and a broadsword and the next guy gets 1 gold piece, and you try to make it work. So it's kind of fun, not everybody has a great luck with that, which is even described in the book, saying, hey, life's hard, not everybody gets the same breaks. So I enjoy that aspect of it a lot. Okay, pausing the book here during the video. This is the skills table, where you can see it's again a D100, but some of the results under abilities will just say +1 skill or +2 skills. And so then you refer over to this table for rolling up what skills that you actually get, which is also kind of neat because it creates so much variability, which I'm always a fan of. And as you can see, I'm scribbling stuff down on each one as I go and just working my way through. And not always rolling high is a good thing. Not always rolling low is a good thing. Good results are kind of scattered amidst. And as you can see, there's the follower table for generating the followers right there on the next page. They're pretty straightforward. And you roll right along like that. So here's follower number 2, called Lucky, carrying a big tree stick of a staff. Only weapon, no armor or anything like that. And for the game, you just use your own miniatures. And so that one I expect to be pretty much fodder pretty fast. And this character is Ivan the Mystic, who is also the Avatar. In 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, you could pick one of your warband to be effectively, quote-unquote, you on the tabletop, which gives him some extra perks, and also means that he'll never fail his morale check. I also made him the Mystic, which is their combined cleric, magic user, whatever, to keep things simple. This guy is effectively just the bowman, because I got lucky and rolled a quality bow, so he's got a longbow, which has an incredible range in the game, but you're only allowed 2 ranged weapons in your warband to start. This one is effectively the tank because they got the a toughness increase and a combat increase, so it gave him the heavy hammer, heavy mace really, or warhammer, you can kind of, whatever you want to call it, as long as it's got the right stats, and a shield. So definitely the tank of the group. It doesn't really look like it in the miniature, but I liked it. It's kind of funny. This is, I thought this was funny because he's another follower, likely going to be fodder, so I thought naturally he needs to be in red in the Star Trek tradition. Even with his light armor, he probably won't last for very long, but we'll see. And finally, we have the crossbowman, who I got lucky, who's a feral, which means normally in this game you can only move or shoot if you have a heavy weapon like a crossbow, but a feral can do both, so that could have been a better result. So there you have it. That's my warband for 5 Leagues from the Borderlands. We'll see how long they last, but it's always fun if you've ever played Mordheim or Necromunda or even 5 Leagues. I love warband development type things, whether it's Blood Bowl or whatever. So really looking forward to this. I hope you are too. Thank you very much for watching.